In today's video, children, I am going to explain the graph of real function that is given in exercise 2, relation and function, and that are very most important topic. Okay, so here I am explaining graph of real function. The first thing is what is real valued function? A function f such that a to b is called real valued function if b is a subset of R. That means the second set elements of second set be subset of R. And the real function is a function f such that a to b is called real function if both a and b are subset of R. Both the elements of a and b are subset of R. That is a real function. This is real value, real elements, and elements belongs to real number, and here in B also elements belongs to real number. Now standard real functions and their graph. The first real function graph is constant function. What is constant function? The constant function is a function defined as fx is equals to k, and you know children, fx is your y and x is your domain and y is your range. So y is equals to k or fx is equals to k for all x belongs to R, where k is f says that R to R. Domain of the function is real number and k is your range. Only one value is valid in constant function, that is k, and it belongs to real number. Graph of fx is equals to k, you already drawn in 10th standard. Y is equals to k, it is parallel to x axis. Okay, y is equals to k, y means fx, fx is equals to k, it is parallel to x axis, and this point is your terminal point 0, k. The next function is identity function. The identity function is defined as f says that R to R, where fx is equals to x. In constant function, fx is equals to k, but in it gives you only one value, that is k. But in identity function, whatever you feed the value, that according to that you will get your value. So fx is equals to x for x belongs to real number. Here domain is R and range is also R. If fx is equals to if f of 5 is equals to, it will give you 5 because y is equals to x. This is your y is equals to x. Definitely no constant term is here, therefore it gives you a straight line which passes through origin and first and third quadrant. If fx is equals to minus x, then it will be from second to fourth quadrant. Okay, so identity function is fx is equals to x. This is your identity function. Then after your polynomial function, children, you know what is polynomial. Polynomial is fx is equals to a0 x0 plus a1 x1 plus a2 x square plus an xn, where definitely a0, a1, an are real number and n is a non-negative integer, that you know very well. Okay, so a polynomial function is a function defined as this, fx is equals to this one, where domain is R, x is your real number and range is also R. Here I have taken one example, fx is equals to x square plus x minus 1. You have to draw the graph, only you need to put the value of x and get y and plot the points on Cartesian plane. Okay, so this way you will get this kind of graph. This is your fx of this function. So this is your polynomial function and this is your quadratic. Example here is quadratic. You can take n is equals to 3 also, whatever you want, and you can plot the graph. Rational function. A rational function is the function defined as fx is equals to gx upon hx. You know what is rational number? P by q, where q is not equals to 0. When the variable is going to involve, then it will become your function, and that fx is equals to gx upon hx for all x belongs to R, but one condition is there, hx is not equals to 0 because it is a rational function. Okay. Now, domain belongs to subset of R and range is also subset of R. Let fx is equals to x square upon x plus 3. It will give you that kind of graph. It is also a rational function where x is not equals to 3. Then after linear function, you know linear function, it gives you a straight line. Okay. The linear function is the function defined as fx is equals to ax plus b for all x belongs to R, where a and b are constant. This is your straight line. Y is equals to ax plus b. Domain is real number and range is also real number. I have taken one example. Fx is equals to 4x minus 1, and this is your graph of this particular function. You can put any value of a and b here and draw the graph. It gives you always a straight line. Next one is square function. A square function is the function defined as fx is equals to square root fx is equals to x square. It is not under root, it is x square only. Okay, for all x belongs to R. Domain is real number, range is 0 to infinity, because x when you feed the value of negative x, then also you will get x square. That means it will give you always y positive. Therefore this graph is equals to y is equals to x square. It gives the shape is parabolic shape. Then after modulus function. The modulus function is the function defined as fx is equals to mod x for all x belongs to R. Domain of the function is real number, but the range of function is 0 to infinity, because it will give you always plus value, positive value. Mod is always be positive value. If here x is 5 plus 5, then mod of plus 5 is 5, that is your fx. That means it is your y. If you feed x is equals to minus 5, then also you will get y is equals to 5. This is your modulus function. Okay, but identity means if x is 5, then y is also 5. If x is minus 5, then y is also minus 5. This is the difference between modulus and identity. Okay, so here the modulus function is segregated into 3 parts. When x is greater than 0, यानी x की वैल्यू आप 0 से greater ले रहे हो, यानी 1, 2, 3, 4 ले रहे हो, it will give you y. The function will be considered as y is equals to x. If x is equals to 0, the function is y is equals to 0. And if x is less than 0, the function is considered as y is equals to minus x. That means just see here graph, it will give you always V shape at the critical point. What is critical point? Put the function is equals to 0 and get the value of x. At that point it will give you a V shape. Okay, so now here fx is equals to x and fx is equals to minus x. Two kind of function is there, but y is always be positive. Just see here, y is always be positive, 0 to infinity. This is your modulus function and very important function, children. Next is signum function. The signum function is the function defined as fx is equals to 1 when x is greater than 0. When x is 0, it will give you 0, and when x is less than 0, it is minus 1. Only 3 range are there, and a domain of the function is real number. Just see here. Okay, this is your signum function. When x is greater than 0, it gives you 1. When x is equals to 0, it is 0. When x is less than 0, it will give you minus 1. This is your signum function. That means whatever. If you put x is equals to 10, then also the y is 1. If you put x is equals to minus 100, then also it will give you minus 1. When you put x is equals to minus 5, then also it will give you minus 1. So this is your signum function. Another one is greatest integer function. The greatest integer function is the function defined as fx is equals to under square bracket x for all x belongs to R. Okay, where x denotes the greatest integer function less than or equal to x. Domain is real number, but range is always gives you integer. If under square bracket 0.5, it is 0, 1.5, it is 1, smallest than or equals to x. Less than 1.5, less integer is 1, minus 1.5 is minus 2. Here 0 to 1, 1 to 2, just see here, 1 to 2, at not 2 is not included here, all the values are here, y is same, just see here. Here 2 to 3, 2 is to 2 to 3, all values is considered, y is always be 2. So this way you need to draw the greatest integer function. Smallest integer function. The smallest integer function is the function defined as fx is equals to opposite of this square bracket. It is written as this way also, x belongs to R. Smallest integer greater than or equals to x. Domain is real number, but range is always be integer. 0.5, greatest integer 0.5, nearest greatest integer is 1, 1.5, 2. Just opposite to greatest integer function, children. Okay. Next is exponential function. The exponential function with base b is the function defined as fx is equals to b to the power x for all x belongs to R. Okay, where b is any constant value. That means if y is equals to 10 to the power x, 2 to the power x, this kind of function will also come. So this is called your exponential function. Domain of the function is real number and range is 0 to infinity. I have taken one example, 2 to the power x. When you draw this graph, when x is equals to 0, 2 to the power 0 is 1, yani y is equals to 1. But y is never be equals to 0. Okay, so this is your graph of exponential function. Note the graph passes through 0, 1. Yes, left to right it always be increasing. Just see here, left to right it always be increasing function. In second quadrant it approaches to x-axis, but never made it because y never be equals to 0. fx is equals to 10 to the power x is common exponential function. This is your 10 to the power x. So same way exponential, this is your e to the power x when e is considered as 2.718 and this is your exponential function. Kind of exponential function is b to the power x. Okay, when we put the value of be, that is of x value 2.718, then it is your exponential function. Okay, logarithmic function. The logarithmic function with base b is the function defined as fx is equals to log x base b for all x belongs to 0 to infinity. Just see here, children, domain is always be 0 to infinity. Y is equals to log x base b, where b to the power y is equals to x. B to the power y is equals to x. It is a kind of exponential function that I already explained. Domain of the function is 0 to infinity and range of the function is real number. It is opposite of exponential function. Just see it. This is your exponential function and this is your logarithmic function. Here 0 comma 1, here it meets in 1 comma 0. Left to right graph is increasing. In fourth quadrant the log x base b approaches y-axis. Yes, it y-axis but never made it. Just see children, if y is equals to x is a straight line, then it's mirror. If a straight line works as a mirror, then exponential and logarithmic both are opposite to each other. Okay, so this kind of function are real functions. And now I am going to explain the questions based on domain and range.